Now we will study Python if-else statements, or you can say Python decision making. You know, decision making is most important aspect of almost every programming language. As the name implies, decision making allows us to run a particular block of code for a particular decision. Decisions are made on the basis of validity of the condition. So you can say condition checking is a backbone of the decision making. We have different decision making forms in the Python like if-else. In the Python, decision making can be performed through the if statement, if-else statement, and then if-elif statements. Before starting the decision, we should know about the indentation in the Python. It is very important for the Python to understand the indentation. If you want to run your program code without any error, then you should know about the indentation. Like for the ease of the programming and achieve the simplicity, Python doesn't allow to use of parentheses for the block of code. Here, to distinguish the block of code, we use the indentation. If two statements are at the same level, at the same indentation level, then they are the part of the same block. How to make the clear indentation, like if you are writing some statements, if condition, and then you need to write the colon. Colon is for continuation. Like now we are going to write the code inside this if condition. So if this condition is true, then the block inside this if condition will be executed. So this block statement should be at the same indentation level. You can give the indentation through the space key or you can give the tab key. Okay, so whatever the statement inside this if condition should have at the same level. Here we have two statements, one is if condition and another is else. And inside the if condition, again we are writing a block of code. So colon, and then we need to provide again the indentation, then a statement. Like if you are writing the if condition in other language, suppose in C or Java, then you need to write, after the if condition, you need to write the curly braces. Opening curly braces, and then after the end of this block, you need to write the closing curly braces. So here in place of curly braces, we have indentation. So indentation declares the block of code. All statements of one block are indented at the same level. Okay, we will see the practical part when we write the if-else condition. Or similar, same indentation will follow in the functions or in the looping. So now we will see the Python decision making. Decision making is based on the conditions. So decision making statement in the Python programming language decide the direction of the code. In the Python, it supports condition from the mathematics like equal equals will check the equality of two operators, and then we have not equal and greater than sign, less than, greater than equal, and less than equal. So we will check these conditions. And in the Python, we do the decision making by the following statement. Like we can write if-else statement, we can write only the if statement, and we can write the if-elif else, and we can write the nested if statements. Okay, so first of all, we understand if-else statements. How does if-else work? If condition passed in if statement is true, means statements are executed. Like we will start our program, we write some if condition. If the condition inside the if is true, then the code written inside the if condition body will be executed. Okay, and if this condition is false, then our cursor will come outside of this if condition. The statements written below this if condition will be executed. Or if you have any else part, it will execute the else statements. So syntax of if-else statements are like this: if, and then we need to write the expression, or we need to write the condition, and then the colon, and after the colon we need to provide some indentation. We need to provide, like we need to give either a space or the tab, and then write the statements inside this if block. And similarly else, and then colon, and then we write the statements. So now we will see the practical implementation of if-else statements. So what we will do, we will write a variable equals to 10, and if a equals to 10, then we will write certain statements inside this if block. Like here I have written two statements inside this if block. Okay, if a equals to 10 colon, print welcome to GoEduHub and print value of a comma a. You can write like, okay. So here the Jupyter notebook automatically provided the indentation. And when you want to write the code outside this if statement, then you need to press the backspace. Like whatever you are writing inside this block, cursor will be at the same level. When you want to go out of this if block, then just press the backslash. It will come at the same level of if statement. So here we have written one statement print outside of if. So here our value is equals to 10. Then welcome to GoEdu Hub and value of A is printed. Similar thing I have written in the second block, and here I have taken A is equal to 100 if condition A equals to 10. This condition is not true, so the code inside this if block is not executed, and cursor will come outside of this if block, and this print is executed outside of if. You can run this code. Now I'll tell you, like here I have fixed the value of A. I just want to take the user input. So how to take user input in the Python? For taking the user input in the Python, we have an input function. A equals to input. You need to write the input function. It will ask for the user input. Like I'm typing here 45. I just want to give the some message like inside the double quotes, enter a value. Then this text will be displayed before this block, and this star means this block is executing. So I need to give a user input. Here I'm providing user input as a 50. Now we need to check the value of 50, like A is 50 and type of A is string. You know, we have provided an integer value, but it's taking as a string. So Python by default takes a input as a string. If you want the input as integer, then you need to convert that value to a int. So we need to pass through the int function. Or if you want to convert into the float, then you need to pass through the float function. So int, and then inside the bracket we need to write the A. And then you can check the value of A and then check the value of type of A. Now the type of A is integer. Okay, so now you know how to take the user input in the Python. Now we will write a if else statement and taking a user input. Let's see example, like we are taking a user input like enter a year and passing through the integer function. So it will convert to the integer, and then we are checking year is leap year or not. For that we are writing a condition if year divisible by 4 means year remainder 4 is equals to 0. This sign is for the remainder sign. So year, when we divides year by 4, then if remainder equals to 0, then our year is leap year. Otherwise we will go inside the else and we will print whatever written inside the else block. In the else block we have written print year is not leap. So I can run this code and it will ask you for the user input. I'm putting here 2001 and you can see 2001 is not leap, because 2001, when divide the 2001 by 4, then it will give you remainder 1, and remainder is not equal to 0 means we will go inside the else and whatever the written inside the else will be executed. Now here I have written an exercise for you guys. You need to pause the video and do this question, like program to check whether a given number is even or odd. This is very simple question you can do within the few minutes. Now you can check the solution here. Like what we will do, we will enter a value, enter a number, convert that to the integer, and then check the number is divisible by 2 or not. It is providing 0 remainder when we are dividing to 2 or not. If it is giving the 0 remainder, the number is even, otherwise number is odd. Okay. Similarly, you can practice the another question. Write a program to check whether a given character is vowel or not. So for this, what you can do, you can write a program simply like this. Just take a user input. You can enter a character. You know Python taking an input as a string, so you don't need to convert into the string. It will automatically taking as a string. Okay, so character will take as a string. Then what we can do, like sometimes we enter in capital character and sometimes we enter as in a lower character. So what I have done here, I can convert into a unique format like ch dot lower. I'm converting all to the lower. And then I'm checking if condition. If ch in is a members if operator, it will check ch inside this list. So first it will check ch is a, ch is e, ch is I, ch is o or u. If it is belonging to any of them, then this if condition will return true and we can print it is a vowel. Otherwise, we will print it is not a vowel. So I think now you should clear with the if else condition in the Python. And we will do I'll provide the assignment for the more practice.